Have you ever felt utterly alone? Maybe you're standing at a crossroads in life. A new job, a difficult diagnosis, or a fractured relationship looms ahead. The path forward is hidden in fog, and fear tries to convince you that you have to walk it all by yourself. It's a heavy feeling, isn't it? The weight of not knowing what's next can really press down on your shoulders, making every step feel like a huge effort. We've all been in that place, staring into the uncertainty of tomorrow, wondering if we have what it takes to face whatever's coming. The silence can be deafening, and the solitude can feel like a cold, empty room with no doors or windows. In those moments, our hearts just long for a hand to hold, for a voice to guide us. Life's journey often brings us mountains that seem way too high to climb, and valleys that feel just too dark to cross. Maybe you're facing a financial storm that threatens your sense of security, or perhaps a quiet ache of loneliness has become your constant companion. We plan, we prepare, and we try our best. Yet so often we find ourselves at the mercy of circumstances beyond our control. The world tells us to be strong, to be self-reliant, to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. But what happens when our boots don't even have straps? What do we do when our own strength runs out, leaving us feeling weak, vulnerable, and just completely overwhelmed by the size of our challenges? It's in these moments of deep weakness that a timeless promise offers a flicker of hope. Not a promise of an easier path, but a promise of a constant companion. Let's look at the promise together. It's found in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8. These words were spoken by Moses to his successor, Joshua, who was about to lead an entire nation into a new and daunting land. But these words are for you too, right here, right now. The verse says this: "The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged." Go ahead and read those words again, slowly. Let them really sink in. This isn't a suggestion or just a hopeful wish. It's a declaration. A divine, unshakable promise from the creator of the universe straight to your heart. Let's break it down for a moment. The Lord himself goes before you. This isn't something God delegates. He doesn't send an angel or a substitute. He himself steps out in front of you. He's the scout on your trail, checking out the terrain you're about to enter. He sees the hidden pitfalls, the unexpected turns, and the tough climbs before you even get there. He's preparing the way. This means you never walk into a situation that hasn't already passed through his hands. He's already in your tomorrow, arranging the details with careful attention. He's already in that difficult meeting, that doctor's office, that lonely evening, making a way for you. Then the verse continues, "and will be with you." He doesn't just go ahead and leave you to catch up. He's also right there, beside you, in this very moment. He's the friend who walks with you, the comforter who sits with you in your sorrow, the quiet strength in your heart as you face your challenges. Finally, the promise is sealed with a powerful two-part guarantee. He will never leave you nor forsake you. The word leave means to depart, like walking away. The word forsake goes even deeper, suggesting abandonment or turning his back on you when you need him most. God promises to do neither. I remember talking to a young woman named Sarah who was preparing for a major surgery. The doctors were optimistic, but the risks were real, and fear had become her constant shadow. For weeks, she was just consumed by anxiety, unable to sleep or think about anything else. One evening, her grandmother simply wrote Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8 on a small card and gave it to her. Sarah told me that she placed that card on her bedside table. Every time a wave of panic washed over her, she would read those words aloud. "The Lord himself goes before you." She began to visualize God already in the operating room, guiding the surgeon's hands. As she did this, something shifted. The fear didn't vanish entirely, but it no longer had control. Consider another story, that of a man named David who lost his job unexpectedly after 20 years with the same company. His identity was wrapped up in his career, and suddenly, he felt lost and worthless. The fear of providing for his family was overwhelming. For days he was discouraged, sending out resumes with a heavy heart. A friend reminded him of this same promise, that God was going before him into this unknown territory of unemployment. So what about you? What giant are you facing today? What fear is whispering lies to you in the dead of night? Whatever it is, the promise of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 8, is your personal invitation to courage. It is your anchor in the turbulent waters of life. This is not a promise for a select few, for the spiritual giants, or for people who have it all together. It is a promise for the tired, the weak, the anxious, and the afraid. It is a promise for ordinary people serving an extraordinary God who has pledged his unending presence to them. You are included in this promise. I encourage you to take this verse and make it your own. Write it down. Put it on your mirror, your desk, or the dashboard of your car. Memorize it so that it becomes the immediate response of your heart when anxiety begins to rise. When you feel afraid, whisper, "The Lord goes before me." When you feel discouraged and alone, remind yourself, "He is with me. He will never leave me." Let these words become the soundtrack to your life, drowning out the noise of fear and doubt. This is not a magic formula, but a daily practice of turning your focus from the size of your storm to the greatness of your God. Let this truth sink deep into your soul. You have a God who leads the way, walks beside you, and promises to never, ever let you go. This changes everything. It means you can face that difficult conversation with courage. You can walk into an uncertain future with a quiet confidence, not in yourself, but in Him. Your strength is not the issue, because His strength is made perfect in your weakness. Your courage is not dependent on your feelings, but on the fact of His presence. Therefore, do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Lift your head. The Lord Himself, the King of Heaven and Creator of the cosmos, is personally invested in your journey. He goes before you to prepare the way. He walks with you in every moment, and He holds you with a grip that will never fail. You are safe, you are loved, and you are never, ever alone. Walk forward in that hope today, tomorrow, and all the days of your life. Let His presence be your peace and His promise be your strength. Dear beloved, stay blessed. Please subscribe, like, and share.